Alright, how's it going, guys? This is going to be my single player, all by myself, TerraFirmaCraft playthrough. Still going to be doing the one where me and Junior kind of screw around together, but that's going to be more of a streaming type of thing. I mess up a lot when I do things on stream because I'm trying to focus on too many things at one time. Where here I can just play and talk a little bit and hopefully not screw up nearly as bad as I do in the stream. So, for anybody that doesn't know, this is TerraFirmaCraft, and if you can tell from the map I have over there, the height of the world at sea level is about 148, a lot higher than what it is in regular Minecraft. This is what the TerraFirmaCraft team deems is how survival mode should have been in Minecraft rather than what we have. Trying to make it a little more survivalist. So you have no wood tools whatsoever. You cannot punch a tree. You actually have to make a stone axe to be able to get your first wood. You don't have to make a crafting table to place in the world. You do need to make one to expand your little crafting table here. You can see the outline of the rest of it. And looks like we've got a little bit of copper around here. There's a lot of smithing in this game, a lot of cooking down your ores, making them into ingots, and then hammering them out to other things or molding them. One of the main things we're going to need to get first off, you can find by these flowers right here, and that is clay. That's going to be our base resource for collecting stuff. We can't make anything out of wood until we get that full crafting grid pretty much. Wood at the beginning is basically just in log form, and that's the only way you have to use it, and there's very few things you can do with an actual log. Ooh, we got berry bushes. That is always a good thing to have. And as much as you may have heard me say it in streams and videos and things like that, TerraFirmaCraft is the one mod that I use a wiki for. Just because there are so many things to try to remember as far as when things happen that I can't remember. Like those berry bushes, there's a certain season that they're going to ripen, and I'll never remember what that is for each one. Now, one of the main things we have to have in this is food, and it is actually one of the harder things to deal with in the very beginning. And due to that, we will survive on seaweed. Now, as you can see, when I ate that little green bar up there, down there went up. That is the food bar. The blue one underneath it is water. You actually have to drink. Sorry if it's a little dark. I'm trying to catch all my seaweed that plopped everywhere. Because you know Minecraft, it's got to throw everything everywhere. Never where you want it or would expect it. Alright, so now make our shovel. Night times can be really, really rough. You have mobs that'll spawn in with armor. There's two different kinds of skeletons, the wither skeletons and regular skeletons. Wither skeletons have a javelin, that they will throw at you. You have zombies and creepers and endermen, and each different one has a different type of weapon that hurts them. So like skeletons will need something that will break their bones, bash them. So for that you will use a hammer or a mace. Here's the hammers here. See, it says crushing. You can also see that it says it does 60 attack damage for a stone hammer. Don't think that that means you can kill 6 or 3 skeletons with one hit, because they will have like 200 and some health on them. One of the best ones you can get is a red steel hammer, which is 240 attack. The other being the blue steel hammer, which again is 240 attack. And I seriously doubt that's going to be a one-hit kill, although it might be. I honestly have never gotten that far. I've gotten well into steel, and don't remember why, but for some reason stopped at that point. Alright, I'm going to put all these together. You can see that I can craft these together. The little white bar under it tells you how much you have. You can hold a maximum of 160 in one item. This one is 75 ounces currently, so I can eat on this for quite a while before it goes away. I'm going to grab some of these bushes. These look like raspberry, cranberry. I do believe that's going to be one that is later in the year, so I'm going to grab all of these. Now, if it was something that I thought would be more of a early summer, midsummer type of fruit, then I would grab it. I'd leave it there and try to come back to it if I could remember where it was. Typically I don't play with a mini-map when I play TerraFirmaCraft, but the old memory is going away fast, and harder and harder for me to remember where things are and be able to find my way back to places. I will typically make roads in TerraFirmaCraft out of like gravel and things to help me be able to find different places, but having a mini map is mainly just for, ooh, we got roosters, awesome. So we can breed chickens. These would be the female chickens, those would be the male chickens. Animals do have sexuality, or however you want to consider that. There are male and females of animals. But anyways, the mini-map is mainly just going to be for waypoints, so I don't have to write shit down and try to remember where my house is when I actually get one. The first few days, you're going to be pretty much a nomad. You're going to wander around a lot. You can't, build a house out of just about anything. Dirt, gravel, cobblestone, all of that has gravity on it. So see, I can take these rocks here and make me a cobblestone, but if I put it there, it's going to fall down. So can't really make walls out of that. What I can do is kind of make a little cobblestone wall out of them, and then put like a trench 2 deep on the outside of it. I'd have to leave a block in between it and the trench, but that would give me at least a semi-safe place to live. There are other ways of doing it. Right now I'm just out looking for more copper and things like that to get me through the night. to see if I can do any smelting on the first night, which I most definitely am not going to be able to do because it is getting to be nighttime. So I need to make my decision on what I am going to do for surviving the night. And you have basically three choices that I usually go for. You can run, which kind of sucks up your health and is not the best idea. You can run into areas where you're still going to get mobbed. You can hide underneath a clay patch, which is what I do a lot of times because I need to get the clay to do a lot of my work. So I will do basically something like this. Clay does not have gravity, so you can just kind of dig yourself a little house underneath the clay and just put dirt down or whatever. Give me that back. I can put dirt here like this, and then nothing can get into me, and I'll be able to stay down here and get some work done throughout the night, digging out this clay. See, I got enough sticks here. One thing I didn't do was get me any logs. 2, 3. So this is going to be a little rough trying to do here, but make a fire starter, throws 3 sticks on the ground, make a fire pit, put a stick in it, and get some torches. You can only put 1 stick in at a time. You get 2 torches per stick, and this fire is going to burn out rather quickly due to the fact that it has no fuel. And yeah, I didn't think they would. Sticks do not work as fuel. You gotta have logs or something like that for it. Charcoal. Can't make charcoal in a furnace. There actually is no furnace recipe. Show you here. It's in here, but there's no recipe to make it. So that's how you make your torches. Now in TerraFirmaCraft, your torches will go out, but you can relight them by right-clicking on them with a regular lit torch that you have in your inventory. Rain will put them out quicker than they will exhaust on their own. And you can also make torches off of a already lit torch by right-clicking it with a stick. It is much more efficient to do it in here because you get 2 for 1, where this way you only get 1 for 1. But it is a way of doing it. Eventually you're going to have so many sticks that it's not a big deal. By the way, what I'm doing right now, don't do that if it's lit. You will get your butt burnt by trying to stand on it when it is lit. Now the other option that I did not mention, which I am going to attempt to show you if there's nothing out here to murder me, which we're okay, is right there. That little island right there is a great way of getting through the night. And we've got bell peppers right here, so that's good. Hear that frog sound? There is no frogs, but that means this is a freshwater deposit, and we can right-click on it and get us a drink. There's better ways of drinking eventually. Basically a clay jug that you will make here in a little bit that I would typically be making right now. But what I'm going to do is show you my other option of surviving the night that I like to do, and that is come out to one of these little bitty islands. Zombies do have really good range of being able to sense you, so you definitely want to be offshore just a bit. You may still end up with a zombie that wanders out to you. You'll typically want to find your island before this type of, or this time of night, because it's now just a little past midnight. Something could have spawned out here and then I'd have issues. But this gives me a nice safe place to survive the night away. And now that I got a little bit of clay, I am going to start doing some of my clay work. First thing I need is a vessel. I'm going to make about 4 of them. You'll use 5 clay per thing here. I'm going to not make any more right at the moment. See if I can get this right here. I do believe it's like that. There's me 2 clay bowls. And now for the one that I can never remember. See if we get it right on the first try. Aha! There's my clay jug. And then for when I get enough metal, first thing I want is a clay pickaxe to get more metal. And the other is going to be a saw. See if my memory is going to serve me right here. Apparently not. Is it this wide? Oh, it is. Haha. There we go. Alright, so we can put 4 things in one hole. We got enough clay left. So let's make one more vessel here. That'll give me 1 set there and 1 set there. And then the very last thing I want to make is a large vessel. So what we're going to be doing is making pit kilns. You shift and right click these into the holes, and they will sit right there, all nice and fancy. And then we will have to take some of this straw here when I get done and cover them up. You just right click in there and that'll fill them up with 8 per. I don't know if there was enough in that one. Let's see, 8, 16, I don't even know how many I had. Let's survey the land over here. We might be able to cheat our way over here. It is getting to be morning, so I did manage to survive my first night here. I say that and then I'm going to get murdered as soon as I hit the beach. This isn't Normandy, so don't everybody come out swarming me. I need to get right over there where them zombies are and get me some of that grass. Yeah, here we go. And the zombies are coming out. Alright. Woods are a rough place. You want to stay away from them as much as possible. It's nice to find trees that are in a more open area, because you will have very low light underneath these trees. Alright, that is enough straw to get me what I need. Let these guys burn up a little bit. No reason to collect the zombie flesh unless you have a dog or plan on getting one soon. One, you're going to have tons of it later on, and it has absolutely no nutritional value to it whatsoever. You cannot eat it. It will not allow you to. So no reason to really pick it up. Now, earlier I was talking about skeletons and being able to use... Right there's a wither skeleton. We definitely want to stay away from him because he's got a javelin. But earlier I was talking about how you use a hammer or a mace to take out skeletons. Well, you use something that is a slashing weapon, such as a knife or an axe or a sword, to take out zombies. You'll see the knife has piercing, the stone axe has slashing, and then there's a sword as well, and that will help with them. Now, in this, when you cut down a tree, you will not get saplings, but if you... Creeper right there. If you break the leaves first, you will get sticks and saplings, so you won't have to waste your wood making. And I've got stink particles, so I need to eat. You get weakness and mining fatigue when you start getting hungry. So when you're cutting down your trees, you definitely want to punch out the leaves, get you some saplings. Saplings take a whole lot longer to grow. There's no bone mealing effect. Bone meal is literally white dye in here. And how's it going, buddy? Why don't you come out here in the daylight? We're going to talk to you. Alright, so first thing you must do when you see a creeper is check him out, poke him with a stick. You got to poke it with a stick and see what it's all about. And then creepers are kind of like zombies. They're good for being slashed at, pierced. So you're going to want to use a sword or an axe or a knife on them. And the knife does very, very little, as you can see. Alright, so we dealt with him. Give me this stuff. Oh, I want my stick back. I only wanted to get rid of the flesh. Alright, so now we're going to cut down this tree here. Now, later on, for cutting the leaves out, there's a scythe, however you'd like to say it. That'll help you to be able to clear the leaves much, much faster. As you can see, I only got a few logs from that. I got 14, and it's still there. It is probably trying to cut down most of these trees all at once because it thinks they are connected. So I am not quite sure how long it's going to take to clear this out, and not quite sure how much wood I'm going to get, honestly. I like to spread my trees out a little bit more personally. And if you go through and deal with all the logs... Oh, hey, there's some more logs right there. If you go through and deal with all the leaves, then you're going to have less of a issue of cutting down multiple trees at once. Some people, for issue of efficiency, will like to cut down as many trees as possible, so they'll try to put them together in this kind of formation. When you get a better axe where the durability will last long enough and you don't have to do what I'm doing right now and try to scour through here for logs, it's a bit better. But early on, kind of a pain, and you kind of make mob farms because of how dark it is. So last thing we're going to do today, and this guy's coming at me with a shovel. Definitely don't want to get hit by him. He's got a bronze shovel on him, but they've got a very low chance of dropping them. we're going to come out here and see if we can get our pit kilns to start up, and then I will end it and be back with you after they are done, because they will take about half of a Minecraft day, damn near. So about a good 10 minutes to cook. So I'm going to put my logs on here, 8 of them for each one. Let's see if there was actually enough in here. Nope, see, there was definitely not enough thatch in there to deal with that. So now we got to make an axe to get rid of that. Because, as I said, you cannot punch wood. It doesn't hurt you or anything, but it definitely does not get you anywhere trying. Alright, so there's my wood back. I was 1 thatch short. Alright, so there's that. Now, there's 2 ways of starting these. You can either use your fire starter, which you got to be careful when you're doing it, because if you run out of durability on it, you'll start picking up your logs, and if you have it too close to another fire, your log will plop into the other fire and you'll lose it. Now, the other way of doing this is to throw a torch on it. You can literally take a torch, toss it on the ground, and it'll start firing sparks up and light your pit kiln. So we're going to leave these go. I was quite amazed that they all 3 lit like that. I've actually never had that happen. And I'm going to go over here while it's doing it, see if I can find some more metal, and hopefully in the next video I will be able to show you guys making my first tools, pickaxe and a saw, but I definitely got to find a lot more copper to do so. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you're interested in seeing somebody else that is a lot newer at TerraFirmaCraft try this, go check out Shadow's video. He's going to be doing a series on this as well. I'm going to try to help him out as he goes along a little bit. I'll put a link to the first video of his series. Get away from that creeper. Yeah, I hear you, jerk. Just get away from me. I'll put it in the description so you guys can check it out. If you'd like to try the mod pack I'm trying, I'll have a link for that in there too. It'll be on my website. It's very minimal. I did add in immersive engineering just to have more of a late game type of thing to do. I have not tested it to see how compatible it is or anything like that, so no guarantees, but I'm going to give it a shot. So take it easy, everybody.